Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm back broadcasting another video here for you guys on the on this channel on the PlayStation 5. Keep in mind that you can play the PlayStation 4 games on the PlayStation 5 as well as PlayStation 5 titles. And there's a little unique trick that I learned from other YouTubers and stuff like that, and from other players and friends that I have on the console as well as in real life, about the controller scheme and how you can actually play Miles Morales PlayStation 4 version on your PlayStation 5 with a DualShock 4 controller. And if you don't know what the DualShock 4 controller is, it is the PlayStation 4 controller. And basically the hook up the PlayStation 4 controller to your PlayStation 5 is the same way as you would connect your PlayStation 4 controller to your PlayStation 4 controller, PlayStation 4, or in the same way as how you would connect your PlayStation 5 controller to your PlayStation 5, or in the sense, the actual term, if how you would connect your DualShock 4 controller to your PlayStation 4 system, or how you would connect your DualSense controller to your PlayStation 5 console as well. So I'm currently broadcasting and streaming this game using the PS4 controller on the PlayStation 5. So we're gonna press X, and we're gonna go back, and we're going to go in here. We're gonna go to load game, and we're going to go to time to rally and load that up. Now, keep in mind, guys, that this save file is the more current and updated versus the so I'm gonna take a time to go back into what happens, and keep in mind that this is based off of the save file from the completed game, which is on this. And about the save data, this version has a different save data bank that it has versus the PlayStation 5 version of the same name. So whatever save files I have here aren't on the same save data and save files that I have on the PS5. So keep in mind of that. So let's go back into the skills. As you can see here, this is a new game plus. I literally have every single challenge skill unlocked, every single combat, venom, and camouflage skill unlocked. As you can see, all of my gadgets are maxed out. And now for the suits, I have every single suit power and every single suit mod, visor mod and suit mod as well, and every single suit in the game. So here are all the suits in the game, and I'm gonna go over them in particular detail, how I like them, like how I did with the Spider-Man PS5/4 game and that stream as well. So here we have the sportswear suit, and one of my favorite visual aesthetic suits in the game for Miles as well. This is an Insomniac. This is an Insomniac Games exclusive suit. It has never appeared in the comics as far as I'm aware. However, this suit is really good in my opinion. You have the fingerless gloves with the web shooters on his wrists, on both wrists instead of one, how like Peter Parker in some iterations has only on his left or right wrist and not on both. But both Insomniac Games decided to give both Spideys both web shooters on both wrists. However, some suits in both games do not have visible web shooters, and but they're still there. I don't think they're like physically there, but they're there obviously because he's shooting webs and he needs to shoot them from somewhere. So yeah, I like how I will be doing a PS5 version because the PS5 version does have different graphics and different specs when I go over the PS5 versions of the suits and in detail as well, like I did on the PS4 version. Now Now you have the basketball shorts, his spider suit underneath, as well as the original suit that Peter wore, the classic suit that Peter wore, just scaled down with the jacket over it and a sweater over it, and his trademark Adidas sneakers. Now the next one is the Great Responsibility suit, which is what is underneath this suit, but this suit is a lot more seamless, whereas this suit is like the mask is too big for him as well. This is from the comics as well when he donned the suit for the first time. I like how Insomniac Games took this and redesigned it, making it seem much more like Peter Parker is a more paternal father figure in Miles' life, which he kind of technically is as his father passed away. And this is the suit the second canonical suit in terms of the main storyline that you acquire in the game. It is not the second suit that you get in the game if you pre-ordered it, but it technically is the second suit that you get in the game because the first one is this. This is what you start off with, but this is the second suit in terms of the overall canonical suits that Miles wears in the game, and there are only three, contrary to what you may believe, in the game that are that appear majorly in the story. The other ones are optional, and I will go through all of that. You see the knee pads and elbow pads on either side just to protect further injury until Miles grows into his own as Spider-Man. And of course, just like with the sportswear suit, his trademark, his signature, Adidas are on display. Now, another homemade. Now, both Spideys have homemade suits, obviously, as you know, from Spider-Man, Peter Parker's version in from Far From in Homecoming, where he loses the suit and he dons a sweater like esque kind of suit to show that he's Spider-Man without the fancy Stark tech or whatever. And then we have Miles with his, which also appeared in the comics, with his own homemade suit before he dons this one after Peter dies. And I like how they did it. I like how they modernized it. They made it look somewhat realistic with the ski mask, the goggles, the spider sweater, and funny enough, this is not the only suit that we're gonna showcase in this game that wears sweaters as like the main bulk of the suit. There are two other ones there are other ones such as this one, which also wears a hoodie as well. Um, and I kind of like the red, white, and brown with the Tims. The Tims just make it seem so much more alive, and I like the color scheme of it as well. The next suit is the tracksuit, and this is a pre-order bonus for Miles Morales. And as you can see, is an inverse take on the color scheme that Miles has, which is of course black, red, and white. The top of the suit where the cowl sits and the mask is black and red as it goes down from the top of his mask all the way down to the sides of his arms and through his gloves, which also feature the signature red fingertip, the black and red fingertips or red and black fingertips, depending on which version of Miles suit that you like. I like how instead of the main bulk of the suit being black and red, it's instead black on the top and the sides and inside of the suit, and the main visible parts of the suit are white instead of black, highlighting Miles' aesthetic, and it's really nice. I really like it. It's really dope. I did complete Miles Morales PS5 in this suit, and it's amazing. Now the next suit is one of my favorites, and this is the animated suit from Spider-Man: The Web Warriors. And as you can see, like I alluded to earlier, some suits do not have web shooters. This one does in particular, as you can see on the sides of his hands. This one does not have any web shooters on it at all, and it looks really, really ridiculous when you're web slinging through the city and you see just like webs just shoot out of his wrists. So it's just like, what the? But overall, I love how they faithfully redesigned the animated suit from the Web Warriors show. That was a good show in Disney XD. And yeah, now the next one is of course the Brooklyn Visions Academy suit. Now this basically is Miles's current suit, which is this one. However, instead of the suit having his signature footing, like as we will see later, he does return with the web shooters. However, he has his headphones, his backpack, his blazer, and his classic Adidas sneakers, like in these suits as well. Keep in mind that this suit does not, you cannot, Miles does not obtain this suit through the story, most like other suits in this game. but but this suit in particular is pretty nice. Next suit is just one I'm currently wearing. One of my favorite suits is the Crimson Cowl suit, and boy, the red and black, it just screams to me. It's like, and the hoodie above it, it's just perfect, and especially since the eyes on the cowl. Let's go to the visor mods. As you can see here, like if you look at the eyes and the eye shapes of the visors, it's just amazing, right? So now the next suit is the strike suit, and this suit is just too much for me, and it's like it does too much in my opinion, and it doesn't serve well like a Spider-Man suit. It looks more like a Power Ranger suit in my opinion, but it I like what Insomniac is trying to do. They give us suits that aren't really like mainly Spider-Man based, but centered around the character and what he's trying to become. And these gauntlets just kill it with the yellow spiders around it. But you know, overall, it's a pretty decent suit. Next suit is the End suit, and this suit is kind of heat. The only thing I don't like about the suit, this is when Miles Morales comes out of retirement one last time and becomes Spider-Man yet again. However, the camo suit, the camo pants just fucking kill it, in my opinion. But overall, the suit is kind of fire, you know? The next suit, one of the best in my opinion, is the Miles Morales 2099 with the Mark 1 web shooters. As you could, well, the Mark 3 web shooters, as you can see. And it's just fuego. You got the spiders, the 2099 spider around it. You got the classic Spider-Man cowl design, but just black and silver, and it's just amazing. The next one is a very, very, very well-known suit, and I wish we had the other version, the one with the sneakers and the hoodie, but and the shorts. I think this is what that suit was supposed to be, but they decided not to go full out into the Spider-Verse with that suit, and they just incorporated one out of the two suits that Miles wore throughout the movie, and this is the latter version, the final suit that Miles would wear in the movie, and it is the Into the Spider-Verse suit. Now, keep in mind that in this game and in Marvel Spider-Man and Marvel Spider-Man Remastered, the Into the Spider-Verse suits are in both games for their respective characters. Peter having his Peter B. Parker version of the Spider-Man suit, and Miles having his own version of his Spider-Man suit in the game. Now, these suits in this game also all have battle damage, and each battle damage suit looks completely different from the others. So when they're battle damage, you will see it. The next suit is the current version, and it is what you see in the title screen, and it is Miles's classic suit, but updated. Now, this is a very fire suit in my opinion. I do like it. I also like what they do with it in the game, actually, and I do like how this suit plays a significant role in Miles' story and towards the end of the game, where it is just amazing and how it's just on full display. Insomniac killed it with this suit. For spoilers, this suit shreds up at the end when he saves Harlem. So yeah, but like other than that, this suit is just amazing. It plays a vital role in Miles' his character, and it shapes him up to be the Spider-Man that we all know he can become. However, there are some all these suits do take battle damage towards the end of the game where you save Harlem and you destroy the reactor. However, this one in particular has the best tattered design out of them all, even though there are suits that are exactly the same and or if not similar to this suit, being this one, which is the exact same suit, just with the Adidas and a blazer and a bag with a hoodie, and this suit, which is the next suit, and that is the Uptown Pride suit. Now, keep in mind that there are very little and minor and some notable differences between the Uptown Pride suit and the classic suit. For example, the color scheme, which changes from red and black on this suit, and the Uptown Pride suit, which changed from red and black to black and gold. Um, Now keep in mind that if you want to see the differences between both of these suits, the web shooters are black and gold as well. However, if you pay close attention to the gloves on the classic suit does, and the arms rather. Let's go with the arms on the classic suit. The the later pattern underneath the shoulder pattern is all black, and the thumb and the pinky finger on the fingers of the gloves are all red, as well as the rest of the fingers, as well as the web shooters, which are black and red as well, and the bottom of his shoes, which or his boots rather, which are also black and red. Now keep in mind with the Uptown Pride suit, it keeps the same design. However, unlike the classic suit, as we go right here, the black design that you see underneath the shoulder design turns from black to gold, as you can see here. It still keeps the classic suit design. However, some minor changes have been made, as you can see here. If you look at the pinky and the thumb of the suit, they are, instead of being all gold like the rest of the fingers, which are the index, middle, and pinky, index, middle, and ring, the thumb and the thumb and the pinky are black instead of gold. However, the rest of the suit remains the same, as the instead of the color scheme, instead of the bottom of the shoes being black and red, it is black and gold, as well as the classic suit, which is also the same thing. Instead, the padding on the knuckles of the gloves are a lot less dark than the ones on the Uptown Pride suit, as you can clearly see, and they're a lot less prominent on the classic suit, unlike this suit, and this suit is a lot more lighter and more vibrant than the classic suit, which I do kind of like. Now the next version of the classic suit is the winter suit. Now keep in mind this is literally the exact same thing as the Brooklyn Visions Academy suit, which follows basically this suit. It's the same as the classic of Brooklyn Visions Academy suit, the classic suit, and as well as the Uptown Pride suit. This suit, the only notable difference between the classic suit and the winter suit is that the classic suit takes the base of the suit primarily. However, the notable differences between the classic suit and the winter suit is the fact that he has earmuffs, a red beanie, and socks around his feet. Whereas in the classic suit, none of that appears at all, and it's the same suit, just without those extra things. The next suit in the game is, of course, Miles Morales 2020 suit, and I think the basis of this suit is the same as the classic suit. As you can see, the gloves are similar, except for the gloves are similar. The suit is similar, but it's more based, as you can see here with the earphones connecting to the device on the side as well. And it's pretty nice. It's pretty nice. You got the S on the shoulder and stuff like that. Next suit is programmable matter, and the spider logo gave me flashbacks to Peter Parker. I really like that there too. As well as the silver and red instead of black and red. Even though it kind of looks black, it's silver memory metal. So in some shades, like if we were to pull this out at night, it would look black and red. However, it is actually silver and red, but the memory metal changes color depending on the time of day. So in daytime it'll look, or in light it'll look silver like this, but in a darker setting the red becomes darker, the black and the silver becomes darker, making it look black and red. So I kind of like that. Next suit is a Prowler themed suit, and it's a purple rain suit. And I like the cowl. It brings me to a classic Spider-Man design, and I do like how they keep the shoulder design of Miles as well. This is an upgraded version of the classic suit, but the spider is different. The visors don't move, they're stuck in place, and he has more Prowler based aesthetic, and the tips of the gloves are actually clawed, so that's nice. Next suit is of course the Bodega Cat suit, and Spider-Man, you know, the cat, and the return of the Adidas. So yeah, so there's that. Then this is a suit that fans saw at the ending of the last Spider-Man game, and that was the Spider-Man training suit, or the Spider training suit, where Peter takes Miles to the top of the Empire State Building and teaches him how to swing, and Miles drops, and we never see what happened to him after that. But we can safely assume that he was fine, because apparently he's all fine and well in the beginning of this game. So yeah, he obviously survived. Otherwise, there wouldn't be a Miles Morales game to play and or cover if he died. And having him have, and if he did die, having the spider bite him at towards the end of the game in Marvel Spider-Man would have made no sense, because then it would have been all for vain, and Miles wouldn't have been born, and we wouldn't have had this game. And the final suit in the game is one of my new favorites, and that is the Advanced Tech suit. And this suit is a masterpiece. It takes full inspiration from the base design of the suit, which is the classic suit, but improves it. Now, if you take a closer look at the Advanced Tech suit versus the classic suit, right? If you pay close attention to the suit, the red arch on the bottom of the spider does not appear. It appears underneath the spider as well, whereas the red arch under the spider appears over his arms and down towards his torso and back around his arms, whereas in this suit it still does the same. However, it's a lot shorter in a sense. And the visors, which is the biggest takeaway, instead of the visors being all red like how it is in this suit, they changed it to black in this suit. And I mean, if they would have kept the red design, it would have been a lot more nicer, and it would have fit the cowl more, in my opinion. However, Insomniac does what Insomniac does, and they created two banger Spider-Man titles, so I can't really complain, right? So, yeah, that is the game, and those are all the suits in Marvel's Spider-Man and Miles Morales. And I'll see you next time when I cover the Spider-Man PS5 Miles Morales suit collection. Even though you will see the same suits, you will see them in a better light and in a better aesthetic versus and some minor new details that this new update gave us. So stay tuned for that, and I'll see you guys next time.